lack of child characters. Huh? What do you mean by that? Dear Diamonds and fellow Diamonds in the rough, there's been a survey ongoing, Genshin versus wuwa, to get the sentiment of the streets on who's better. Now, unfortunately, this was done in the worst corner of the streets, which is, you guessed it, gacha gaming. Now, gacha gaming believes Genshin has better systems than wuwa. Let's see, man. Let's see.
People who complain we're comparing a new game and a 3-year-old game need to realize Genshin could have made call updates.
100%, yes. If anything, it's a disgrace that Genshin is losing because it has 3 years. I thought you had experience, man. It's like a newbie beating someone that's experienced. Okay, so wuwa's combat and gacha were deemed to be better than Genshin. Survey results show that Genshin has better music, sure. Exploration, debatable. Design, sure. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Story, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And stamina system. This is crazy. To me, this is unacceptable. I can't wrap my brain about this one. Like, I can't. Someone earlier said that if you have Yelan, Sayu, and all these units, like, you can easily explore. I'd like to counter that by, you need the 2 5-star characters there, bro. I can do all the shit I want to do in Wuthering Waves with any character. The shit you said, that needs Yelan, that's a 5-star. You need Wanderer, that's a 5-star. Sayu is a 4-star. Sure, why not? But sometimes 4 stars can be even tougher to get than 5 stars. So, like, debatable. Jianyun as well. Jianyun is also a 5-star. So I'm sorry, no. Yeah, stamina may not matter if you have certain units in the game, 100%. And yes, one might say that the perfect experience of exploring and stamina in Genshin is locked behind the paywall, which are those units. But that's unacceptable. Come on, man. Any character I can literally pick, I can have a literal child character do this. I'm not even running out of stamina. She's just a kid. Look at it. She's doing the Naruto run on walls, man. And that's just a kid character. This is the Klee of Genshin in here. And look at what she can do, dude. And don't even get me started on kick-ass waifu 4 stars. Results we gathered from 106 willing participants. That's a good sample. I asked how people felt wuwa in terms of story, combat, gacha, etc. on a scale of 0 to 10, with Genshin equivalent scored 5. So if you think that wuwa's story was horrible compared to Genshin's story, then you'd give it a score of 0 to. If you think it's the same, then you'd give a score of 5. And if you think it was amazing compared to Genshin, you'd give it a score of 8 to 10. Results came from random Discord members who were willing to partake in the survey, but the majority of results came from Gacha Gaming subreddit. Oh boy! The majority of results came from Gacha Gaming subreddit. Again, this may affect the reliability of the data as it comes from one source, which may contain biases in their assessment of various aspects. He knows, man. He knows. He knows. Most of the results came from veteran Genshin players, reaching AR55 or higher. Okay, AR55 isn't dick anymore. Chat, for any new player playing Genshin, is AR55 hard to achieve? You have so much quests now. Like, am I crazy? You can get adventure rank like this. Like, I've seen people level up their adventure rank so fast. Am I nuts? AR55 is soft cap. After that, it gets way slower. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, to reach AR55 as in the soft cap, like, is that difficult? I don't think it is. Oh, without the skip button, it might take a while, I guess. But okay, like a month or 2. I mean, if you're playing Genshin right now from scratch, you have like a month or so of content. If we're gonna keep it a buck, that's a lot of shit you have to do to get up to speed. Special thanks to one participant from Fishbarn who had a deep hatred for Wuthering Waves and spammed fake results. I was at hours of my life filtering out your answers. So someone went ahead, made shit ton of accounts just to fuck with it. Okay, 50 hours. So the hours played in wuwa. Okay, so we have a lot of people played it for 20 or so hours. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have a lot more veteran players responding to this. Okay, average score on story, 2.75. So the majority of people felt that the story in wuwa was quite lackluster when compared to Genshin. Out of the 106 results, only 14 people thought the wuwa story was better than Genshin. Score 6 out of 10. Only 3 people gave it a score of 10. Many people expressed comments on how Genshin's characters and world felt more vibrant and immersive. But the devs of wuwa didn't give any contempt towards assuring the quality of the game story or that everything feels forgettable in wuwa. I mean, I forgot basically everything that happened in Liyue. What the fuck happened? Zhongli faked his death. Then I don't remember what the fuck happened then. We fought Tartaglia in the bank, and then we dropped a giant ass building on a monster. That's it, if I remember. I think that was it. Inazuma, Raiden stopped having her period. That was it. What the fuck was Inazuma anyway? She was crazy. Hormones finally stabilized. She got better. Mondstadt, we had a giant dragon controlled by an abyss mage, something that Bennett can beat. That's just something Diluc has been kicking ass. Like, we've seen him in Mondstadt kicking their asses. Average score of combat, 6.84 out of 0 to 10. This seems to be WoW's strongest point, scoring the highest out of any category. Over 71 out of 106 participants seem to prefer to think that WoW's combat system is a step above Genshin. Okay, so I guess it's not as biased. Okay, that's good. And 26 of them even gave a score of 10, presumably twice as good or more than Genshin's combat. Players seem to enjoy the parry defense mechanic in the game and consider WoW to be catering. However, people did raise concern about the WoW combat has no longevity and will be more boring than Genshin's in the long run. And bosses feel like ass to fight multiple times. Doesn't that apply to Genshin as well? Like, others were complaining about the combat of WoW feels janky, with auto target is about worse than Genshin. They're about to fix that. And the pair system sometimes just doesn't work. I noticed that too. Average score on gacha system. Okay, here we go. If they say Genshin is better, they're gonna feel my wrath. Results for the gacha system seems to be higher due to the pity being 80 instead of 90, and you can get constellations in the shop. Oh, okay. Average score on gacha system, 6.25. Okay, so it's better than Genshin. All right. Results for the gacha system seems to be higher due to the pity being 80 instead of 90, and you can get constellations in the shop. That's pretty expensive. In my opinion, that's not a W. Other than this, there aren't major notes about the gacha system. Where's the weapon system? Where's the weapon banner? Where's the weapon banner? Why aren't we talking about the weapon banner, man? The game is also currently very young, so the game may be flooded with rewards to keep players playing, as do a lot of new gacha games, which we are hoping for. Keep fucking up, Kuro Games. Keep fucking up. We happy. They always forget the weapon banner. I know. Isn't that convenient, man? Isn't that convenient? You just leave out the weapon banner. Okay, cool. Average score on stamina system, 4.5 out of 10. Okay, we're fitting to get it on, chat. Get ready. The resin echoes stamina. Oh, we're talking about the fucking resin and echoes as well. Okay, so like it's the whole system of stamina. So it's not just out in the world stamina, it's also the resin and the echoes. Okay. System in WoW seems to have garnered contrast opinion. Some say that the ecosystem is very cool and like its endless nature, while others feel that echo farming is tedious and that they can't wait to get burned out by ecosystem. This eventually boils down to whether or not an individual supports / enjoy grinding for an extended amount of time in contrast with spending 5 to 10 minutes per day. You can still do that. What the fuck are they talking about? You have a choice. You can either grind all day or spend 5 to 10 minutes a day grinding. What are they talking about? Right now, Genshin is kind of better, but 1.1 will fix it, so W. Yeah. Also, okay, let's address the elephants in the room. The ecosystem is apparently going to be fixed in 1.1. They're addressing the ecosystem. And also, this is still 1.1. I'm pretty sure if it's still not fixed enough, it's going to be better in future versions. It's going to keep adapting to us, the players. Well, I don't understand this. This is such an L take. So Genshin, you can spend 5 to 10 minutes a day grinding artifacts. Okay, cool. Okay, let's say you didn't even get that main stat and you're dying to get your character to full power as soon as possible. Well, you can't really do that. Like you need resin. In WoW, you don't have to. Like you can keep grinding. The moment you get the main stat, you start praging for the tune. Like, you just prage for the substats. Like you can keep endlessly grinding for the shit. Right? Nothing stops you. However, you do have the option to grind for just 5 to 10 minutes a day. That's you. That's on you. You have full control of your life to decide how much time you want to spend on the game. What does this take? Chat, what am I? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. What does this even mean? What are they even saying with this one? What I love about WoW's ecosystem compared to the artifact system in Genshin is WoW gives me the ability. I'm bored today, ain't shit to do. I can literally sit all day grinding WoW. I have that ability. I can. Especially if I have friends in the world. I can. I can just join friends' worlds. We can grind together. There's so much to do. Like you can literally spam WoW all day. Literally. I have that option. It's an option. As in you don't have to fucking do it if you don't want to, bitch. Who the fuck are these guys? Our thinking was that most casuals would rather spend lesser time to farm the endless grind. That's okay. I'm casual. I'm casual as fuck. I still appreciate the option that I get to choose whether to spend all fucking day grinding for the shit, increasing my power in my account, or just keep it casual. Just play whenever I can, do the shit, daily shit, like, you know, do your staminas and resin and stuff, and do the daily quests and you log out like you typically do in Genshin or Starro. Like I can still do that. Even if I get a character, I have to wait certain days of the week to be able to farm for his shit? What the fuck? The ecosystem makes the game casual friendly. The echo burnout is so BS. Everyone can be burnt out of everything. You can literally be burnt out everything. Like anything that once was pleasurable to you, you can get tired of it and burnt out of it. Anything. Like it can take any form and size. Like that shit is not limited to just wuwa's ecosystem or anything. For example, you can get burnt out of my ass, right? That shit will take many shapes and sizes and forms. This is the biggest L take I've ever heard. Average scored on design. Okay, this one will vary from person to person. Okay, so for a lot of people, they think Genshin is better. It's a 3.91, so I guess it's a very close one. I'm not gonna lie, I think wuwa's designs are better. I like Genshin's, don't get me wrong. I really like Genshin's design, but especially for the guys. Yeah, Genshin's noodle arms. Yeah, bro, preach, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like the guys look fucking men in anime, like anime men, like Dragon Ball characters. Like if you look at Jian, look at him, man. Bro is well done, like well done. This is a clean ass male character, right? Look at him. Look at the abdomen, look at the arms, look at the shoulders. Everything is done fucking right. There aren't many compliments towards wuwa's characters and world design. I like it, to be honest. Chat, type 1 if you prefer Genshin's characters design and world design. Type 2 if you prefer wuwa. I think wuwa looks great. It's an obvious increase in graphics. There were some comparisons between how wuwa characters look side by side to Genshin's, and wuwa characters look way better. Look at Jian, look at Encore. These characters look fantastic. If we go to even more in the roster, Mortefi. I mean, if I'm going to compare Mortefi to Chinchu, the choice is obvious. Like, obviously, Mortefi looks better. If I'm going to compare Yang to Paimon, well, the choice is obvious. So I see some ones there, but like I see a lot of twos, and yeah. I mean, if you have two good eyes, you obviously can tell that wuwa is better. Okay, this is a character that's flat. She has no boobs and no ass. She still looks great. Don't even get me started on baddies like Sanhua. Don't even get me started on... Don't even get me started on Taochi, man. Sorry, this is the ultimate Genshin could never, man. That censorship got to Genshin. They can't do that, man. They can't do that. Even NPCs look great. Preach, true. Even the NPCs look great. wuwa's NPCs are just miles above fucking Genshin NPCs, man. Look at Baiji. Okay, if we're gonna compare the 4-star healer, the free 4-star healer, Baiji and Barbara. I'm sorry, Barbara, you take an immediate L. Look at Baiji, man. Look at Baiji. Jesus Christ, look at how clean she looks. Man, ultimately, I can't judge the bias because this is gonna be a bias thing. But to me, it's like, bro, if you have two good eyes, it's easy to see that wuwa is better. I mean, come on. There aren't many compliments towards wuwa's character and world design, with the only apparent one being lack of child characters. Huh? And only 22 people rated it a 6 out of 10. Wait, what are you talking about? wuwa's character and world design, with the only apparent one being lack of child characters. Pichu, you have some explaining to do. You've got some explaining to do. What do you mean by that? You mean like NPCs, like a bunch of children walking around? Like what are we saying? Playable. So these people are complaining that there's a lack of lollies. We have a problem with wuwa because we don't have a lot of lollies. Okay, so pedos are complaining, who cares? Pichu, we need you to find the names of these people and call the FBI, man. Looks like there's some doors that need to be knocked on, man. It was sad when I had to write that up. Jesus, I bet it was, man. I bet it was. Why do you want child characters in the game, man? Don't you have Encore and Verena already? I mean, that's two. I have both bitches in my account and I don't even want them. Why do you want them, man? Why do you want them? What are you not telling us? What are you not telling us? Same with the lack of Shota, apparently. 16 people said that. What the fuck is a Shota? Small boy. The fuck does that even mean? Small boy? Male version of Lolly. Yeah, there's Ling Yang. Well, technically... Okay, Ling Yang is a furry and is smaller? Who? Like who? Timmy? But Timmy's an NPC. Like young Gohan in the Saiyan arc, that's a Shota. Well, we don't have that in any game then. If you're talking about young kid Gohan. 5 people in the survey said they wanted shorter fuckable... Let's just continue, man. Average score music 2.2. Okay, sure. I'll give the music to Genshin. There are some musics though in wuwa that go very hard, especially some boss musics. But yeah, okay, for like the open world, yeah, obviously Genshin wins there by a mile. I'll agree with that much. Music seems to be wuwa's weakest point, scoring the lowest out of all category, out of all 106%. Participants, none gave it a rating of 10 compared to Genshin. It cannot be concluded whether it means the players hold Genshin music in high regard. I would say Hoyo music is awesome. Like Hoyo music cooks, they cook. Average score of exploration 4.6. Okay. Overall, the players didn't seem to express a lot of opinion or interest in the exploration experience. The main sentiment so far has been the exploration in wuwa feels too similar to Genshin, in which it was different. How? I can do this in wuwa. I can do this. I'm sorry. This changes everything. I can do this, and then I can pair it with this, and I can do this. No, the exploration is not the same. Shut the fuck up. Exploration in wuwa is miles above Genshin. Yes, they have similar elements, obviously, but I think it adds to those elements and go beyond. Average score overall, 4.45. So for these people, wuwa is worse than Genshin. Okay. Validity and reliability of evidence. Please do not take the results as concrete evidence. Of course we're not. We're in Gacha Gaming subreddit. To say that one game is better than the other in any individual aspect, as there are several factors that limit the accuracy of the results. Below are some, but not all these factors. The sample size is relatively small compared to the player base that were gathered from one source. True. The majority of the sample are also veteran Genshin players, which may result in biases. I need to conduct... That's kind of why we're there, man. This is literally why we're here. I need to conduct a survey of players who experienced wuwa first, then Genshin to test this effect. There are other aspects of both games that were not questioned and taken into account. Ending notes. The results were quite interesting to see and compile. Well, there, chat, type 1 if you're surprised with these results. Type 2 if you're like, Genshin fans. For now, I'll be posting some interesting comments left behind from the last survey. Genshin could never. Will was the best Genshin ad ever. Wow. Both game is shit anyways, so I play both. Participant 42, you're onto something. Genshin walked so wuwa could soar. Yes. Walmart Genshin. Cope much? So what do you think? Do you think Wuthering Waves is a worse game than Genshin? You think Genshin forever or Genshin could never? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. See you.